Now let's see what's making the weekend headlines where you are.
Good evening. The Northern Devon Healthcare NHS Trust has apologised for issues with the supply of the coronavirus booster vaccine after residents reported problems booking their third jabs. Health bosses say demand is outstripping availability. It comes as Torridge recorded some of the highest rates of coronavirus infection in the country earlier in the week. The Trust says additional appointments for booster jabs will be made available. A memorial service will be held in Brixham tomorrow as the fishing community remembers the victims of the Joanna Sea tragedy 1 year ago. Adam Harper and Robert Morley died when the scallop dredger capsized and sank. The event will be held at the man and boy statue on Brixham Harbourside at 6:14 a.m, the moment the first distress call was made. The newly restored Dartmoor railway line welcomed its first passengers this morning after nearly half a century. The Oakhampton to Exeter line was officially opened by the Transport Secretary earlier in the week, but today marked the moment the long-awaited route got up and running. Sam Blackledge was there.
We've all heard of trains running a little bit late, but this one has taken almost 50 years. This morning saw the first regular passenger services from Oakhampton to Exeter since 1972, as the new Dartmoor line finally opened to the public. It was a moment the region's rail enthusiasts had been looking forward to.
This is obviously a very exciting day for the West Country and for the rail network. You know, a new station, a new destination for people to go. We need a railway here, and I'd love to see it extended and fully back to Plymouth as it was in the 19th century.
Very big moment for Oakhampton to see this line now open again, and I think it'll be very well used and very popular.
It's not just for Oakhampton, it's around locally. We haven't got anywhere between, Lansing and we've got to go to Plymouth, so it would be a lot nearer and closer and easier to come here to go to Exeter and join up.
The new 14-mile line takes passengers between Oakhampton, Crediton and Exeter in 40 minutes. It's been the result of tireless work from locals and a £40 million government investment.
We wanted to make this a line that wasn't just about the railway reopening, but it was about something for the community. So the Dartmoor line campaign, the name, was all part of giving people that sense of ownership.
In all, it's taken 11 miles of new track, 24,000 concrete sleepers and 29,000 tonnes of ballast, all to make some very happy passengers.
That's what this job's all about. The engineering is interesting, it's great, it's what my team do, but this is about the service we've provided. First thing this morning, the first train, someone had travelled all the way from Scotland because they'd been on the last train when the line shut and they wanted to be on the first train. So tremendous for the community and for people who want to come into Dartmoor, because of course this opens up the whole of North Dartmoor to the rail network.
On Monday morning, the Dartmoor line will welcome its first commuter passengers. And pretty soon, we'll all wonder how we ever managed without it. Sam Blackledge, ITV News, Oakhampton.
Sport now, and in football, Plymouth Argyle's unbeaten run came to an end this afternoon. They lost for only the second time in the season away to Charlton, but they do remain top of League One. In League Two, Exeter City beat Carlisle 2-1. They're only 2 points off the league leaders and sit second in the table. And in the National League, Torquay United lost 2-1 to Barnet. Yeovil beat Dagenham and Redbridge 1-0, and Weymouth lost 4-1 to Altrincham. In the rugby, Exeter Chiefs were well beaten away from home. Gloucester scored 6 tries to win 45-19. Exeter are now 4th in the Premiership. And Somerset's Lando Norris will start tomorrow's Qatar Grand Prix in 6th position after a strong qualifying session for McLaren. The 22-year-old, who is currently in 5th place in the Drivers' Championship, finished ahead of Ferrari's Carlos Sainz. That race will be taking place from 1 p.m. tomorrow. Now let's see what the weather has in store for the rest of the weekend. Here's Philippa Drew with all the details.
Feels like home, whatever the weather. Valent boilers and heat pumps, sponsors ITV West Country Weather.
Hello there. It certainly has been a very quiet start to the weekend, and it stays relatively quiet over the next few days. A lot of dry weather on the whole. It will be rather cloudy at times though, and I think it will also feel quite a bit chillier than it has done of late. So over the next few days, this is what's going on. We'll see a cold front sinking its way southwards tonight. Behind it, high pressure building for a time before we head towards the middle part of the week and see another cold front making its way towards us. But out there at the moment, still pretty quiet. Now the first of those cold fronts will sink southwards overnight tonight, bringing a band of fairly patchy rain and drizzle, not amounting to very much. And once that's clear, we'll see much clearer conditions following in behind. And of course, underneath those clearer skies, temperatures taking a bit of a tumble, well down in the single figures, and perhaps lower than these values might suggest in more rural spots. So tomorrow morning then, a much chillier start than this morning, but a much brighter start, plenty of sunshine first thing. As the day wears on, we'll see a little more cloud and a scattering of showers drifting in on the northerly breeze. But the big change tomorrow will be in the feel of things. Temperatures for some of us stuck in those single figures, and wherever you are, add on that northerly breeze and feeling fresher still.
Valent sponsors ITV West Country Weather.
Philippa, thanks very much. That's all from the team today. There's plenty more news on our website. We'll be back tomorrow evening at 5:20. For now, though, do have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.